Awesome. Guys, we got another champion in the house right here with us. It's fantastic. We're going to watch a little something first here. I think that you're going to like this. Really, really, if you will. This is, let me give you a little heads up first. This is my good buddy. He's actually sitting right over there. Bryce Mitchell. We call him Thug Nasty, and that's kind of a play on words because he's such a nice guy until you get him in the cage, let me tell you. An up-and-comer, undefeated fighter at the UFC, and he's pulled off something that is just rare. I mean, he got submission of the year because of what you're just about to see. Check this out. Only the second time this ever been done in a UFC cage. So let's take a look. Awesome. Way to go, Mr. Bryce. Come on over here, brother. He's right here in the house over there with my three-legged dog, Larry. Good to see you, brother. How you doing, man? Come on over. Come on over. Here, you can have this seat. And I think Mr. Nathan is going to be right here with us. You on, brother Maximus?
Is that Kirby? Nathan Kirby?
Nathan Kirby, are you on here, Nathan? You have to unmute yourself, brother. Let me see.
We got a full party.
We got a full house. Lots of people want to see you here. Where you at, Nathan? Are you on here, brother?
There he is.
You see him? There he is. Yeah. Unmute yourself, bro. Hey, Maximus, we'll talk more about Maximus here in just a little bit. Nathan, he's one of our facilitators. He's a John Maxwell coach. He's an actor. He owns gyms all across Arkansas, teaches MMA, and is just a fantastic guy. He's actually going to be doing the interview here with Mr. Thug. And so, Nathan, thanks for being on, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you out of the blue corner, standing 5'11" tall, weighing 145 pounds with a perfect record, 13 wins, 0 losses, from Circus City, Arkansas, Bryce the Nasty Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
That's one of my favorite introductions.
Yes, sir. Yes,
How
sir.
you been, Bryce?
My first introduction ever was on your show. That was probably, that was 9 years ago. I was 17. That was my
2011, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
11 or 12, 2011, 2012. You've come a long way since.
It was a
Kingdom?
great show, Kingdom Promotions. Yeah, absolutely. He was one of the best in the area. I mean,
yeah.
I
appreciate it.
Yeah,
you got one of my belts.
Yeah, that's right.
So let me just I've got a couple questions for you, for everybody. That way we can tie this into really who's on this phone call. You know, I looked on this Zoom call earlier. I'm not sure if it's around there, but there's 60 or 80 participants that are all over. We even have Canadians on this thing. So welcome, eh? And thanks, Mitch, for bringing all your people in here, the syndicate. But anyway, I just got a few things. So first of all, let's start with Thug Nasty. Tell us really fast how you got the nickname Thug Nasty.
Just, I guess, ferocious training and stuff like that. They started calling me Thug Nasty, so that's my fight name. And you know, I just bring the nastiness, the dirtiness, just really relentlessness, you know, and that's part of my style, is just trying to be as relentless as I can. And other people started calling me that.
Willie?
Yeah, oh yeah, he loves it. And they tried to change the name from Thug Nasty because it's not as family appropriate, but man, it's cage fighting, you know. The people, they get a laugh out of it, you know. So but yeah, people like the name for the most part.
Well, hey, that's marketing 101 to you know, everybody that's on this call usually have a business, but we have to have a niche of sorts. And yours, of course, is MMA. But what stands you out about everybody else, it's not just the fabulous or the one. You know, you have a ridiculously amazing name that suits you, that's perfect for you, especially when you get on there with your southern drawl, talking about Thug Nasty, and get on there, Arkansas. I mean, that's marketing 101, Thug.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I got a couple other questions. Let everybody know you are ranked. So if I set this up, maybe there's some UFC fans on here, but maybe there's some MMA fans on here. And MMA is all over the world. Like Thug was saying, like Bryce was saying, he fought on my fight card, and I have a local show in the state of Arkansas, in the city of Little Rock. I would host shows, and there are shows all over the world. My son was training, Ashton was training in Cancun with guys that are pro fighters that fight in Cancun. You know, we train everywhere. Abu Dhabi, Aruba, there are fights everywhere. And of those fights, we have the top organizations. And there's Bellator, and there's King of the Cage, and there's King of the Rings, and there's Risen and One. But UFC, other than Pride, I think Pride was number one. That's just my favorite. But UFC is the top mixed martial arts organization in the world, and you are their contracted fighter. So, I mean, when we're talking, Raul set us up for this amazing talk on sports because you can convey such an amazing message towards this. And Raul is at the top. We're talking the major leagues. We're not talking high school and college and AAA. We are talking the major leagues. And this is where you are. You are the major leagues of mixed martial arts. So my question is, what is your rank being at the top right now as you sit?
It was 15 before my last fight, and I don't know what it's updated to since that, but it might possibly be higher than 15 now. Might possibly be. Might have stayed the same though.
Yeah, I thought it was 15, and I didn't look before coming on here. I really thought it was 15 after that fight. So I'll just say you're ranked in the top 20, which is an unbelievable ranking. You think about how many couple thousand fighters are on the roster, and in that featherweight division, which is 145-pound maximum division, that you are in the top 20 is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought you were going to expound on that. That's all right.
No,
I'll just take over, Bryce.
Can't be satisfied though. You know what I'm saying? You can't be satisfied. And,
Hey, listen, man, I'm telling you, I wrote that down. That's going to be on one of my TikToks. I promise. Be gratified, be grateful, but never satisfied. I love that. Thank you, Raul, for that. Okay, so my next question is.
Left into that too.
So
I heard Raul saying that too.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of Raul, everybody wants that home run, right? That's the echelon. That is what everybody's looking for. Or if you're a pitcher, you're looking for a shutout. And in jiu-jitsu, in MMA, grappling, and jiu-jitsu, there are difficulties of submissions. Number one, the easiest submission everybody gets in UFC or grappling or jiu-jitsu is rear naked chokes and guillotines. Those are the easiest of them all.
And it's also
the
the
twister.
most basic. Yeah.
The twister. Where do you see the twister ranking in areas of difficulty in submissions?
The twister is one of the harder submissions to get, and maybe not the hardest, but up there with some of the hardest to get. But it also requires you have to be going against a skillful opponent, because if your opponent's not very skillful, you will do an easier submission.
Right.
And you'll do a rear naked choke or arm bar, something much, much easier. But when your opponent is very skilled, but you can get them in a bad position, you can attempt a twister, something like a twister.
So
not very common though.
So we saw on the video, there were, and we've been talking about this, and it's a beautiful word, and we're talking about this because of 2020 and because of COVID, transition. And you know what we talk about all the time? Position before submission, except during a transition. And you didn't have the submission on. You were going for two hooks. You kept one hook. So talk us about the transitions necessary and the place in our mind that we have to be. A lot of people talk, we talk about jiu-jitsu being the chess, human chess. Your opponent is trying to defend something and you are baiting him into something else. So it's just kind of explain us the mental transition that took place in just that maybe 10-second window before you actually trapped his arm.
Well, when you go to control somebody from the back and you use your legs, we refer to those legs as hooks. So I had one leg hooked, and I was trying to hook my second leg in to hook him with both my legs. The opponent would not give me that second leg. He, however, gave me an arm. He left his arm. He was so worried about everything else, he left his arm, and I had to. That was my last option. And it's not so much that I was looking for a twister, but rather he put me in a position where that was my best option. And so I was just had to take it as a checkmate at that point. He had just put himself in that position by leaving that arm exposed. But I honestly wasn't going for that. I was going to get my second leg in, but he was defending that so well, I couldn't get my second leg in. So I reverted to a one-legged and one-arm attack.
That
And you just got to be happy with what you get sometimes,
That's the epitome of 2020. We had to make a transition. And I think that's what we're talking about here, especially for successful people or trying to help them make this transition mentally of, hey, this is what we were going for. It didn't happen for me. So I didn't quit on this. I didn't bail. I just pivoted. I just transitioned to something else. That's just exactly what you did. Just so you know, Bryce, I lost my voice screaming at the TV, thinking you can hear me somehow. Grab his arm, Bryce. He's got that fight. I'm screaming. I think I helped you get that submission at home.
I could hear it, man. I could hear it from Florida, man.
I bet. Okay, two things real fast. I know Keith talked about this, and I just want to talk about how important this was last year for the year of 2019. Now, it happened nearly exactly 1 year ago, was it?
The twister?
Yes.
Yes, it was about 1 year ago.
1 year ago today. And then that became what?
That was submission of the year.
Bryce, we talk about getting awards, and we talk about you have different coaches on here. We'll even get one. Somebody will email us that we're up for Martial Arts School of the Year. You were on Twitter. You were blowing up the Twitter feed, man. Twitter sphere was going nuts because of what you did, and it was so powerful and important because it only happened one time in all the thousands of MMA fights that we have been watching since it started in 2001 or in 93. It started in 1993. You were the second person ever to get it during MMA fights during competition. So anyway, I just want to say how amazing is that? And for everybody to understand the training and the focus that he had to have to be able to land this against an amazing opponent, a great qualified opponent, and to land with the toughest submissions and then become submission of the year, which leads me to something else. You got a bonus for that. So let's talk some business really fast. Since you've been in the Ultimate Fighter and then been in the UFC and you are fighting, and now whole world is kind of changed and flipped upside down as much as you allow it because you're pretty low key and grounded in Cersei. How many bonuses have you received so far? Submission of the night, fight of the night, blah, blah, blah. How many bonuses have you received so far? And how much total has that been, just the bonuses?
Well, I would say the best thing about the Submission of the Year award, which you don't get any money for that. That's just an award.
Prestige.
Prestige. And that felt so good because it vindicated my coaches and my teammates. More than anything, I think, and that's something that's going to hang on the gym, on the wall. And anybody that goes in the gym says, hey, this is Submission of the Year for the UFC, one of the major league. This is a legitimate gym. These are legitimate teammates. These are legitimate coaches. Our processes work. You will learn here. You can grow here. You can get a Submission of the Year right here at this gym, if you believe in it and if you work hard enough. And that Submission of the Year meant a lot to me because it vindicated my coaches. It finally got them some recognition, and people can't say, well, what has this gym produced? They would say, well, for this year, these coaches led this athlete to get Submission of the Year. They're doing something right at this gym. Right. These coaches are knowledgeable. And the bonuses was, I think after taxes, maybe about $70,000. And I got submission of the night and fight of the night, and I basically put most of that into rental properties.
Beautiful.
And of course I built my own gym, and I built my own gym with it, and then I co-own my rental property. So I have two business partners that I grew up with. They're just two buddies that I went to school with, and we don't make a penny off of those rentals. We won't for 15 more years, but they are long-term. Hopefully everything will go good and the money will be there in 15 years. But the first 15 years is just actually paying the house off, and trying not to lose money. But between the rent basically covers the mortgage. And if I can just be even for 15 years, in 15 years, there won't be a mortgage, and then I could make money. It's a long-term investment strategy, and I hope that it pays off, and I've done everything that I can in my power to make it go successful so far. And so far, out of my 4 houses, all of them are rented out and everything is going smooth. And I've just had minor repairs. And so I'm really happy about that. And I train full time. On top of doing that, I don't have a property manager yet or anything, but maybe in the future that's something I could get. But that's pretty much what I try to do with the bonuses, just not to spend them on, stupid stuff.
Right. No, I think, again, we've been talking about transitions. The fact that you can transition from being a professional mixed martial arts athlete, which we don't get a lot of credit being intelligent. We don't get a lot of credit being smart. We get a lot of flack for being barbaric and we're just fighters, but we are intelligent athletes, especially to be able to navigate the transitions necessary for boxing, striking, judo, jiu-jitsu, MMA. But for you to make the transition from this athlete into being a smart investor with what you have, absolutely impressive. My hat's off to you. I think we can all learn from this, that we get sidetracked. I don't even want to say sidetracked. We can get so focused in our business and lasered in that we forget there's other things. And this is what, Keith has talked about many times, that a lot of us will allow this to affect our relationships. This will allow us to affect our marriage, or even our own personal health. So kudos to you, Bryce, for taking a stake at the next 15 years, because, you're not going to be fighting in 15 years. I mean, you may be fighting in 15 years. And you'll be getting yeah, we got to just get more bonuses and then get that gate up and get that pay-per-view up. And once you crack that top 10, Bryce, I mean, you got 6 figures on every single show.
That'd be nice.
Hey, real quick, I know this wasn't in my notes, but I can't keep thinking about this change. I don't know if you know about it, if you can give us some insider trading information before I sell all my Reebok stock and go and buy Venom. So is this happening? Do you already know? Are you getting Venom stuff yet?
It's definitely happening in April. Reebok will no longer be the sponsor of the UFC for equipment and things like that. I have no clue how it's going to affect me.
Okay.
I mean,
is a percentage of the contract that they have, because Reebok pays fighters. Did you get Reebok money?
Yes, they'll put you in tiers. I'm like a lowest tier. I'm the lowest tier possible, because it's first through 5 fights, you're in a low tier. Then 5 to 10, you're in the second tier. I only have 5 fights now, so I'm in the lowest tier. And you'll get like a standard 3,500 every fight. Yeah. And there's no way that Venom would go lower than that, because it's kind of the bare minimum there. So right. I expect them to basically pay the same thing. And then once you get to 5 to 10 fights, they'll pay you 5,000. And then once you get 15 fights, they'll pay you 7,500. But it's a graduated system. I expect it to stay the same, or something really close to the similar how it is. And then Reebok just gives us hoodies and sweatshirts and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, just letting you know that I play with my online financial stock account quite a bit, and I may have to make a change. Just putting that out there for anybody if they want some information. Okay, got another couple questions for you. Make sure we have enough time. I think we're good, Keith. We got about 10 more minutes, correct? Okay, good. Okay. I think I would love to know this. What is the biggest change from being a local MMA guy, just local Bryce Mitchell, local Thug Nasty in Batesville or Memphis, to being the Ultimate Fighter and then eventually being where the President of the United States talks about you? What is the biggest change in your life since then?
I mean, there's a lot more, I would say, financial stress. I would say, not that I have a ton of it, but just worrying about what to put my money in and I was so poor a couple of years ago, I didn't have a couple rentals to worry about, and so now I have a couple rentals to worry about, but that's not a bad problem. I'm grateful to have that problem, but, I'm just always adapting and trying to do the smartest things that I can, but as far as my training and my routines, I would say that as I progress in my career, my training actually has intensified. I'm actually training harder as a professional than I was as an amateur, but I also train very hard as an amateur, so right. But I would say I'm still training to the maximum that my body can handle. So a lot in the training is the same, and then my personal life, I just have more things to worry about, but in a good way. More. I have and also have cattle. I have 9 cows with a buddy, so we share those, and so I got cows and rentals to worry about. But my training is almost the exact same, but maybe just a little bit more intensified.
We've got a
Okay,
question
so
here
another question follow
from Joey. Can we ask that question? Can you see the question from Joey?
What's up, Joey? You want me to read that out loud?
Yeah, if you could.
So
yeah.
Joey asks, how do you balance planning / sticking to a plan for a fight versus living in the moment and taking transition in what you are given as you battle? So, it's hard to live in the moment when you got a fight coming up. And I'm sure you've had this problem, Nathan. You got a big fight coming up and you're out at the barbecue with your girl and the kids and you're roasting marshmallows and the kids are eating s'mores and you're like, I can't eat a s'mores because there's a guy that's going to try to beat me up. It's like,
I'm heavyweight, Bryce.
Yeah, you can eat s'mores all day, bro.
Yeah, I'm 260. I don't need a cut.
But just little things with whatever it is, if I want to go if I have a fight coming up, I can't take the days off that I want to. And if I do take days off, I always have this anxiety in my head about not being prepared enough for the fight and that leading to injury. And so I have a lot of those thoughts and it is hard to relax. But when you are truly confident in the work that you have done,
Amen.
you're truly confident. You say, I've worked as hard as I could today, and the best thing that I need for me now is rest and relaxation. I have confidence, resting and relaxing. But if I try to relax or rest, but I don't feel that I have deserved it, I have trained hard enough, prepared myself hard enough for my line of work, I don't feel relaxed. I don't feel rested. I feel not very good about it. So that's how I would say live in the moment is I'm just prepared in the amount of work that I've done in the gym.
I think that's a great life lesson I talk about quite often with everybody is at the end of that fight, whether you win or you lose, when you can say to yourself that I have done everything, that I've prepared as much as I could, there is nothing else that I could do, or there is nothing I could do in that day of training before I lay my head down on that pillow. I can rest knowing that I gave my all. And if you can do that, whether you're successful in business, whether you're successful in the fight, then you know you did it all. Then it's just a matter of, like Raul was talking about, we win or we learn. You only lose when you quit. You get back up, you train, you fight another day. So a big question for me before I move on to business side of this is, what is your biggest blessing that you have, or what are you most grateful for right now in this time? And I know the money is different, right? You've got your place and you put a new tin roof on it, and you got cattle and you got a car, and you don't have to worry about like working a 9 to 5 now. I know there's more stress in different areas, but what is the biggest blessing, or what are you most grateful for this opportunity that you have right now with the UFC?
I would definitely say my biggest blessing is the people around me that I have in my life. And some of it is because I have weeded out the negativity, any bad, but part of it I've just had no control of. I've just been really blessed and really lucky. And I believe God put certain people in my life that's made me more successful. And there's just no explanation for how I've had so many people in my life that have helped me in so many ways that I won't ever be able to pay back in the way that they have helped me, and maybe I can go on to help other people and stuff, but there's some people
That's right.
what they've done for me is invaluable. And so maybe if I could help other people in certain ways, I can pay other people back. There's some people I just won't be able to pay back for all the things that they've done for me. Their guidance in my life was invaluable.
Yeah, that's a great lesson for us all. I think a perspective change, especially during this time, is always pretty good. We can get inflective and start becoming selfish, and we start thinking outward and how we can serve others. It'll change our current affairs. So here's my last question, and I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to talk over it to give you a chance to process this.
Okay.
But if you can sum up your success in 5 words, 5 phrases that we can take away, that we can apply to our life, universal laws of success, if you will, that can equate from, that correlates and translates from MMA and training and fighting or coaching or you know, you had said something about having training partners, and I think Raul talked about this as well, having different coaches in your life and having different training partners and having different gyms and going to different cities and having this different experience. But of the success that you've had as an athlete, as a fighter, as a person of a personality now, a television personality, if you will, what could you sum up in 5 words or 5 phrases to for us to take away today so we can apply into our life?
Just be relentless. You know, just be relentless. I would say that would be my, because you know, like for example, my last fight broke my hand and I kept trying to take the guy down, and a couple times after I broke that hand, I knew something was wrong with my hand. I didn't know quite what, but I knew it wasn't working because my fingers wasn't all closing and my hand was hurting. And I shot once and he stuffed me down on the ground, and I got back up and then shot again. He threw me in a cage, and then you know, and then I finally got him barely on my 3rd attempt. It took me 3 tries, you know, and I barely got him on the 3rd time, and he got up and I went in again, you know, and it wasn't pretty how I wanted it, but I was relentless. At least I kept trying, you know, and that's what I would say. Just be relentless. Keep trying and trying and trying. And every day I don't have the same confidence every single day. And some days I just feel like, man, I'm just gonna, it's more like my confidence is it's a creek, you know, with very slow moving water. And some days my confidence is like a river. I just feel like, wow, I'm on top of the world. I feel so great today in the gym. And sometimes I feel like, oh, wow, my hip is hurting. I feel like I might throw out my hip in this fight, you know, or something like that. But, you know, just do the best that you can and just be relentless, you know, and just keep on. That's how I've got a lot of stuff done in my life, is just by just keep on keeping on, you know, just being relentless.
Well, you know, Bryce, I know I talked about 5, but if I could sum it up, I would say, you know, the relentlessness of your last fight, watching it, you know, again, being a fan, being a friend, and being a former coach, and having you, you know, train with us in Cabot in 2010. You know, I mean, just thinking about how far you've come. I remember you, that police officer you slammed in a tournament, you broke his back when you were like 16 or 17 years old. I mean, you've come so long, and I've just been thankful to be just a part of your life any way I can, see you at fights and introduce you there to everybody. But I just want to tell you, as a fan, I love watching you, and I hope everybody that's on this Zoom call just becomes an avid, a raging fan of Thug Nasty, Bryce Mitchell, and just take some things away from you, to come from nothing, to come from little Cersei, to come from no money, to come from, and then to watch you grow into this unbelievable professional athlete, going to the champion levels, and then understanding how you can transition into financial management. I think you just set a great example for us, Bryce. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And every bit of success that I've had is undoubtedly thanks to the people around me. And, you know, people like you have laid the groundwork. Look at the beautiful gym you're in. How can we train world champion fighters out in gravel, you know, out in the gravel? No, you have to have a beautiful gym like the one that you're in. You've provided these facilities for people like me. You have paved the way for people like me and your son and other people who want to train, and not even just championship fighters, just people who want to train to better their lives.
Yeah.
So you are doing just as much as I am in the MMA community. I can promise you that. And it's thanks to all the people that have the love for the training and the sport that we do, that all this is possible. It's not possible for me to be a championship fighter without gyms and coaches and people, you know, people to train with. So thank you. Well,
yeah. Thank you, sir. It's been an honor. Thank you so much. I'll throw it back to you, Keith.
Awesome. Way to go, bro.
Oh, thank you for having me, man.
Good.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad I caught that last interview with Raul. I liked what he had.
Wasn't that cool? Don't go away yet. Okay. Hey, guys. Awesome. Let's hear it. Way to go. Yes. Fantastic, guys. This is the way of the champion. And again, Zoom call, you can see how relaxed we are. You guys just feel free to be relaxed on here. But, you know, Nathan, thank you, brother. Bryce, thank you. He's going to hang out a little bit here. When it comes to pushing beyond, I mean, we've always got to find ways to take our life to the next level, including like we talked about, overcoming adversity. I don't know if you heard Bryce say on his last fight in the UFC, he broke his hand, still came out victorious, still came out and won. It really is fantastic. And being able to see problems and solve problems is a huge deal. And I've got one of my closest friends, one of my martial arts instructors on the call here now. He trains top military teams all around the world. They're so top, I can't even say their names. I can give you a hint. You know, if I say the name, they'll come kill me. If I give you a hint, they'll just beat me up a little bit. So I'll give you a hint. And if you see me with a bloody nose later, you know what happened. Top military teams. And my friend here, you'll see him on just a moment. His name is Tuhan. That's the Filipino term basically for Grandmaster. Harley Elmore trained the top people all around the world. And he is my tactical director for our Operation Rescue Children, which is an organization where we train top people all around the world to stop human trafficking. And I'll tell you more about that later on. But also, Tuhan Harley is our main tactical director for a company that we have together called Principled Savage, which is taking people and teaching them, whether it's in business or in life or whatever it is, the real skill sets that it takes to have something we call adaptability quotient, or AQ. And Harley is a master, and he can put it in words much better than I can. But we've got the top people coming through, teams of people who really want the best in leadership. And Tuhan, he took time out of his day to day where he's training some people out on the fire range and in his school in Wichita Falls, Texas, just to be here with us. Brother Harley, thank you for being here, sir.
Well, thanks for having me, Keith. Thanks. Good to see you. And it was great to catch the end of that. Sorry I couldn't be here for more of it. It was great to catch the end of that story. That's I love those kinds of stories where guys come from nothing and work their way to the very top. They forced the world into recognizing their greatness. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. And I just want to talk a little bit about what we do and just give people kind of a concept of how we can take something like top military tactical training and martial arts, and how can that help a businessman? How can that help a man be a better husband or fighter or just live life better? How does something like that help?
Yeah. So, in working with guys, I got the honor of working with these guys in the most kinetic time of their history, right? So where they were getting the most amount of work, the most amount of jobs, where guys were literally on the job, come back, cycle through training, back on the job, deployment after deployment after deployment. And we were working against the guys who were very creative and very adaptable on their side. And so our guys would hit a target and they'd go, huh, that's interesting. And so something would stand out about that particular run, that particular mission. And it created an anomaly. And so they would all note that. And then the next time they would see it again and they'd be like, hey, that was twice we've seen that. And so they knew right then they had to adapt their techniques and change their tactics, because the third time people die. And so we found that the tactics, what we refer to, what the military refers to as TTP, techniques, tactics, and procedures. Those things had to be incredibly fluid. And so sometimes they happened, those changes weren't like, okay, we're going to run this back and see if we can put it in the curriculum, get the hierarchy approved. Let's go to the Department of the Navy and see if we can change stuff. That's too big a ship to change, right? So teams were literally changing their TTPs all in one night, right? And so, because if they didn't, the consequences were very grave. And and of course, how do they do that? How did that happen? And so we started looking at that, and developing actual strategies to help people become more adaptable, and to recognize anomalies and see things and be able to predict second and third order effects and those kinds of things. And so once people start realizing those kinds of things, they can employ that in really any area of their life, right? And so fighters in the ring have to be adaptable. Businessmen certainly have to be adaptable. Parents have to be adaptable. So it's really a great quality for all of us to focus on. It's just that anything that comes from that pressure cooker where there can be the consequences are so great, it really gets defined and boiled down to universals, and that then can be employed anywhere.
Awesome. Well said, sir. Yeah, and this is a part of what we're offering just to a very select few group of people, is that top military type training where your life is on the line. This becomes a metaphor, right? Whether it is, I tell people all the time, in order to transition well, you've got to have a principle, which is you know what you stand for, you know what you want, you know what the most important thing is in the moment. And then you have to have capabilities. You have to have trained things, even at the before you can ever get to a mastery level, you have to train the fundamentals and become master of that, if you will. And I love, brother, I mean, just how much you teach me over and over and over, whether it's, going from empty hand to knife or to firearms, something as simple as being able to lift your shirt up and grab your pistol in the master grip. And I use that all the time in my coaching with people about, I get questions all the time. Okay, Keith, I've got this going on and I've got this deal going, but one of my partners just bailed out on me. How do I'm like, transition, principle number one, capabilities number two. How is it that you can be savage here? You've got to know those fundamentals and stick to what you know and do it relentlessly. And, I can tell you, I have learned from you constantly on that. And I love it how we bring guys through this course. And we have them out on a real firing range, shooting real bullets, real ammo, stuff on the line. I mean, you don't get much more serious than that, right? You can actually shoot somebody and kill somebody. We teach them how to make these great decisions under real pressure, because it's one thing to be able to make a good decision when there's no pressure. But when there's tons of pressure, yeah, that's where you have to rely on these fundamentals. So, brother, thank you so much. Any words for us before I know you've got a whole group back there training some awesome stuff. Any words for us before you go?
No, it's a pleasure to be involved and with anything that you're doing, Dr. Keith, and anything that I can do for you, and of course, anything I can do with anybody in your group. I'm always happy to share ideas and knowledge and experience and to learn from other people. I am also still working on becoming adaptable and expanding my knowledge base as well. So it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. And I'll see you next weekend, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll be right there with you. I can't wait, bro. Thank you, sir. Hey, and thanks, Crystal, for letting you come on.
Yeah, without her, who knows how this electronic magic would even happen.
Oh, man. She's our glue, brother. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you soon.
All right. God bless you. Have a great one. See you guys. Thank you very much.
And so, guys, this is just one of the awesome things that we have to offer to people who want the next level of everything. We have things that can take you beyond, where you are now. Coaching, stepping up, having a program like Principled Savage will really make the difference. And some of you on here today have received a special invitation about that, and you report how it's changed your life. And so anytime you have questions about that, there's a long vetting process because of what's at stake, but we can talk to you about that as well. Guys, you've been in your seats too long. It's time to get up and get moving. And remember, this is about active participation. Coach Maximus, you still in the house, bro? Yes. Let me look at you here. Are you muted? Yep, you're muted. Let's get you unmuted here, bro. I don't know if that's me or you. Where are you? Is that me? All right, let me look for you here. Where are you at, sir? Let's see here. Looking for you. Coach Maximus, there you are. All right, I got you. Unmuted now. Can we hear you?
Boom, I'm here.
Boom. All right, so everybody get up and get moving. Coach M, Maximus.
Hey, guys, I just want you to get out of your feet real fast. Get on your feet. Get up. I want you to move a little bit. I want to teach you some things, and I want to share with you what COVID gave me this year, and I can't wait to share it to you. We're going to do a few little actions. Just shoulder roll a little bit. Stand up tall. Big, deep breath in through your nose. In through your out of your mouth. And shoulder roll the other way. And then crisscross your arms. Nice and easy, not pulling any muscles. Don't pull a hammy. We're just going to move a little bit. I got some gloves on because I'm actually going to be hitting the bag. I hope everybody's moving. If you need to go get a drink, get a drink. You need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. Big arm swings. Grab your neck and pull a little bit. Just wake up, man. So we've talked about fighting. We've talked about killing people. We've talked about baseball. And all of those, we talked about adaptability. We've talked about responsibility. We've talked about being relentless. And all this is just being able to apply these things to this bag. And I'm going to do this, and you guys are just going to airbox just like this to me. But I'm going to show you a few things. If Bryce was still here, I can ask him a few simple things. You guys know what a jab is. A jab is a punch. It's a lead hand. A cross is a power hand. It's a 2. And everybody calls it a 1, or everybody calls it a 2. Everybody calls it 1-2. But what COVID has given me is a whole brain, and I'm going to take you through this. And this is the secret sauce that I got my fighters going through right now, which allows me to take a fighter to Miami. We were just down there. We met Floyd Mayweather. We won. We were we were definitely the underdogs that night. But now they want us to fight in front of Canelo. I mean, we got so many opportunities just because of this. So you all know what a jab is. It's a real simple jab. So your hands are up, chin is down, elbows are tight. You're gonna bounce a little bit, just side to side on your feet. I'll get back so you can see my feet, just like this. Tap, 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 tap. As fighters, we call it getting on your bike, riding the bike. Get back on your bike. So I just want you on your bike. Just running your bike a little bit. And now hands up, chin down. Now watch, this is confusing. Relax your shoulders, but keep your shoulders up. Hardest thing a fighter can learn is this without being stiff, being able to be relaxed and be able to be covered. All right, hands up, chin down. If you're a left-handed fighter, left foot's in back. If you're right-handed, right hand's in back. That's your power hand, chin down. You're just gonna throw that jab out there. Jab out there. Now I'm not gonna call it a jab. I'm gonna give you 3 different things. Watch this. Snap. See how fast that was? Double. That's a double jab. I'm just going to say double. I'll say snap, but also say Floyd. Watch this. See that freeze? Freeze. Snap. It's a very, very fast jab. We call this timing. This is the transition of boxing. I'm not doing this. 1, 1, 2. Hands up, chin down. 1, 2. Moving side to side. 1, 2. Move up. My timing changes. So I want your hands up. Snap a jab. Double it now. Now give me a basic. A basic is a 1-2. Yes. Give me a long. Just a long 2. Let's do it again. Snap. Basic. Lean. Basic. Snap. Snap. Move your head around. Now this is where we get on our knees. Look at my legs. This is how you slip. Hands up. You can trot in. Chin down. Keep moving. I just need you exercising, guys, up and down. Just move. Snap that jab. Boom. Snap that jab. Now double it. Pop, pop. Long. Boom. Basic. Pop, pop. That's a 1-2. I don't call out 1-2, 3-2, slip 2, 3-2, 4. I call out dynamite. Boom, 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 pop, 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 pop. It's a whole combination. COVID gave me that. Let's go through a couple. Snap. Basic. Yes. Jordan. 23, the best basketball player ever. 1, 2, 3, 23. Now, Jordan. Basic. Lean. Lean 2. That's it. That's a lean long. So snap that jab. Snap that jab. Double snap it. Now basic. Pop, pop. I see you in, boys. Pop, pop, 1, 2. Greg, John, and Jake, bend your knees, elbows in, tight. Snap the jab, hot. Now move your head. Now watch this, freeze. Snap the jab out there. Hands up, chin down, freeze. Snap. That's a Floyd Mayweather. Snap the jab, double the jab, basic. Pop, pop, it's 1, 2, good. Jordan, 1, 2, 3. Jordan. I'm watching you, Shannon. You watch me, I'll watch you. Jordan. Pop, pop, pop. Lean. Long. Long duck dong. Long. Duck. Dong. 2, 3, 6. Right hand uppercut. Long. Boom. 2. Boom. 3. Boom. 6. 2, 3, 6. Long duck dong. Got something new. We're going to keep going. Snap. Long. Basic. Double jab. Jordan. Long duck dong. Long 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6. Chin down. Hands up. Snap. Double. Pop, pop. freeze, Floyd, up. See that? Whoop. Slip. There's your slips, just like this. See my shoulders? It's not this. Knees are bent. Okay, now we're gonna show you sugar. 6, 3, 2. Sugar Sean O'Malley. Sugar, 6, 3, 2. 6, 3, 2. So if you're shadow boxing this, watch me. Long, long, basic, pop, pop, lean, long. Double jab, pop, pop. Sugar, 6, 3, 2. Up. Floyd, up. Double, pop, pop, basic, ah. Long, boom. Jordan, Keep going. I know you're out of breath, guys. We got another 30 seconds. You can keep going. Lean back. Boom. Come on, Joey. Snip, slip. All right, one more. Long duck dong. Sugar. Now I'm going to give you baby got back. Slip to your left. Slip to your left. Throw your left uppercut. Throw your left hook. Throw your cross. Boom. Baby got back. 5, 3, 2. Only she 5, 3. Oh, girlfriend goes a Honda. When workout pays by Fonda. Sugar. Slip 6, 3, 2. Right hand uppercut. 6, 3, 2. Baby got back. 5, 3, 2. Slip. Sugar. 6, 3, 2. Long duck dong. Long 2, 3, 6. Double that jab. Pop, pop. All right, last one I give you before we move on. It's called light them up. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Light them up. Light them up. 1, 1, 2. Pop, pop. 1, 1. 1, 1, 2. Yeah. Drop your levels down, Tyler. Elbows in, chin down. Now slip tight like this. Yeah. Everybody slip to your left. Left uppercut. Left hand. Slip to your right. Right uppercut. Boom. Right uppercut. Left uppercut. So let's go, baby. Got back. Slip left. 5, 3, 2. Slip. 6, 3, 2. Light them up. 1, 1, 2. Now long duck dong. 2, 3, 6. All I need you to do is burn out with me now. I want you to move your feet just like this. And you're going to do this. This is what we do for burnout. This is nonstop. See this? I'm hitting like a wuss. My guys do this. They're just sucking wind. Go, burn out. Don't stop moving. Elbows in. 30 seconds. Keep going, Brett. Keep going. I see you, Lois. Come on, girl. Get it. Look like you're doing a TikTok dance, El. Hey. Woo. Keep going. 15 seconds. Everybody else took their camera off. Go, Joey. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Finish it. Boom. I hope you feel better. Thank you, Keith.
Awesome, brother. Let's hear for Coach Maximus. Just like the movie Gladiator. That's right, guys. This is real training. And we show you this because it's a part of what we do at Undisputed Mastery, using boxing, the movement, the idea of battle, to put you into a place where you break through. I mean, there's really nothing else like it. Coach Maximus is one of the best. Thank you, sir. Hey, and guys, if you want more of this, Coach Maximus right now is doing a whole line of videos that he'll soon be released for the world. I mean, top-notch training. He has people calling him from all over the world because you notice he has a very unique way of training. The way he does all these call-outs, all these audibles. I mean, it's fantastic. Coach Maximus, do you have an idea of when this stuff's going to be available to us? Oh, you're muted. Uh-oh. Let's see here, Mr. Nathan. Let's see if we can get you unmuted here. You have an idea when this is going to be available to us?
Yeah, actually, we're starting a pilot program in January. It's called Global Gladiator MMA. And I know I talk about this and I said the gift of what COVID has given us. COVID has given me an unbelievable gift. In March, I was in Mexico for spring break. Everybody shut down and I took off. But while I was gone, the health department forced my business to shut down. And I decided to open back up in May, regardless, no matter what. But in that time from March until May, I was doing private lessons because I couldn't do group training. And I got tired of, and you can ask Bryce, you go to any gym, you watch boxing videos, and you're going to see the same 3 freaking combinations. And with us, since we do MMA, we box, we kick, we punch, we knee, we strike, we do shots. And so I have this entire thing worked up with one word. I can literally say sugar, baby got back, long duck dong, money roll, and dynamite and Tyson. I hit those 5 names and my guys just hit 17 times with 3 slips and rolls. And they just memorize a couple things. And they're basic boxing, but I don't have to say 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, lean 2, roll 2, 3, 2, 4, slip, slip. I don't have to say that. They already know it's there. And in doing so has made my team elevate itself. I have 3 more champions this year. During COVID, one of my girls just got back, 4 of my students just got back from Dallas while my son was commissioning into the Navy, 4 double gold medals using the same jiu-jitsu technique. So I'm just so excited about this. I was bummed to begin with, but I made a transition and I realized that I'm not going to let COVID take from me everything that I built. And so in January, we released Global Gladiator in phases. And this is, in doing so, we'll be able to talk to people all over the world and they'll be able to train on their own at their own level, or they'll be able to train at a level that they start ranking with us or start their own school on their own, physical location or online.
Sweet, brother. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Maximus.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome, brother. Guys,